Hello and welcome back to another Watchalong. Hopefully the audio is all right. We are here for Nigeria versus Ivory Coast, the live Watchalong Afcon final. And we haven't really covered Afcon just as yet. This is mainly a West Ham channel, but I would like to cover more of other teams and other stuff to do with football as well eventually. Yeah, obviously a difficult day for myself. If you already know, I'm a West Ham fan, so I'm pretty sure most of you that are watching that already know that. When you are watching, please like and subscribe when you can. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, as it said at the bottom. It is Nigeria, Ivory Coast in the final. I predicted Ivory Coast to win the whole thing, and then they faced in the group stage. Ivory Coast came third in the group, but because of the rules, it's their best third place teams, of course. And they sacked their manager. They tried to get a manager in on loan. I don't know whether that's the manager they have now. And they've managed to get to the final by any means. Nigeria, on the other hand, had a difficult first game against Equatorial Guinea, but then switched to a three at the back. And then ever since then, they've been very good. A lot of criticism of Victor Osimhen, of course, because he's the main man up front. But also credit has got to go to people like Ola Aina and Ademola Lookman. From every time I've watched Nigeria in this competition, it's been them two that have shined throughout. Let me just get my glasses cleaner, guys, because I need to clean my glasses. But put some stuff in the chat. Well, no one's watching right now, but put some stuff in the chat when you're here. And yeah, we'll answer some questions. We'll talk about other stuff as well. But we will be obviously mainly watching Nigeria, Ivory Coast, of course. And hopefully the audio is okay. I don't know whether the audio is better without the headphones or with the headphones, but regardless, I don't have a proper microphone right now. So we're going to have to put up with this situation. But overall, we should be fine. They're just doing their national anthems now. I'm going to read out the team news in a minute. As I said, Nigeria are going to a three at the back. They've got, I don't know how to pronounce that, Nwabali in goal. We've got Ajayi, Troost-Ekong, and Bassi at the back. Ola Aina, Frank Onyeka, Iwobi, and Sansui, and Lookman and Chukwueze just behind Victor Osimhen. Ivory Coast, I've gone 4-3-3. Fofana in goal, Aurier, Kosunu, Ndika, Conan. In midfield, it's Fofana, Seri, and Kessie, with the front three being Max Gradle, Sebastian Haller, and Simon Adingra. A lot of recognisable names across both teams, apart from a few names. But yeah, I pretty much know most of these players, so that's good. But it says on Sky that Nigeria are going 4-3-3, so we'll see what happens in a minute. But I think that would be a bit more interesting if they change their formation again, because they've mainly had fun when it's three at the back. Ola Aina has been very good throughout this tournament. He's a good player in general. Has the odd mistake, but in general, he's still a good player. I'm just hoping for a good game. I'm hoping it's not one of them finals where it's cagey because there's a lot on the line and stuff, and that usually happens in most modern day finals, no matter what competition it is. But I am looking forward to watching this. And I'm wearing my Kenya shirt. Obviously suitable for the competition, although we didn't qualify. So that's a shame. For anyone that doesn't know, my mum was born in Kenya from bias throughout an Indian heritage on that side of the family, but I had family born in Kenya and Uganda. Neither of them qualified for this competition, unfortunately. But hopefully one day, ever since Victor Wanyama retired, haven't had anyone. So I'm just going to test the audio because I want to just see if this is working or not, just in case. All right, the audio is fine. obviously, as I've said in previous watch-alongs, we will be trying to upgrade the equipment very soon, very, very soon, once I can get some funds in. But live streams are what 2024 are at the moment. Trying to do more live streams. Got a live stream tomorrow. Obviously, a day to forget today, but hopefully, tomorrow will be the last time we talk about that West Ham Arsenal game. But listen, we're here to watch African Cup of Nations. That guy, that Nigeria team coach, has a very long name. And this Ivory Coast coach is called Emerse Faye. I don't know whether that was the guy that they got on loan or whether that's another guy that they got, but they tried to get a manager in on loan, which I've never seen that before. But I mean, fair play, I guess. But hopefully, a good game. Hopefully, we see some goals. Hopefully, the best team wins. Hopefully, there's no robberies. I think the main things I want from this final is there to be a good game. The referee to let play go a bit more, and for there to be no nation robbed of a decision. Part of me wants to lean towards Ivory Coast because of Sebastian Haller, the whole storyline of what he's gone through and all of that. And also the fact that I predicted Ivory Coast to win the whole thing. I think Ivory Coast might be feeling the pressure a bit more because it's at their home nation, even though they haven't performed to a higher standard as Nigeria have. Ivory Coast will want to, not embarrass themselves at their home nation. I think a lot of people expected Senegal, Morocco. Senegal, Morocco. I can't remember who else, but I think they expected them to make the final. To be honest, I didn't expect Nigeria to make the final. They haven't won Afcon since 2013, from what I know. Obviously, the game has started, by the way. We're nearly a minute in. But I didn't expect them to be in the final. I expected them to underachieve. I was basing it off the fact that I don't really watch Nigeria often, to be honest with you. Only in Afcon and when they could perform for other competitions. But they lost. I remember them losing to Ghana in that World Cup qualifiers. That was a big game because Ghana and Nigeria is a bit of a rivalry there. I don't know where that stems from. I don't know whether they're close in terms of proximity or anything like that. But yeah, they lost to Ghana. And then, especially in the first game, they struggled against Equatorial Guinea. So I was never really expecting Nigeria to make the final. But here they are. They've deserved it as well. They switched out tactically straight up first game. It reminds me a little bit of Argentina in the World Cup where they lost to Saudi Arabia. And then they switched up a bit tactically. Lionel Scaloni switched up, and then the rest is history. Nigeria currently have possession. Calvin Bassey long ball over the top for their left wing back to try and get. They can't keep that in. It's a lot to ask. Obviously, the crowd are just, keeping the vibes up. It's interesting to hear what the atmosphere is like. Obviously, I'm sure the camera at one point will pan to Didier Drogba. I really wish this day went better. Man United won, Arsenal beat us. I'm just struggling to just not focus on the West Ham game, but we have got a watch along. Haller is pushed by Calvin Bassey. It's funny. Fulham have Calvin Bassey, and they tried to get Sebastian Haller on loan on deadline day, but he was in Afcon, so it was very hard to actually try and buy him. Let's see if Ivory Coast can get something from this free kick. They've got Sami Ajayi in Nigeria. I think he still plays for West Brom. He was actually all right when they were in the Premier League. Wasn't terrible. I've seen worse. Long ball over the top. And Nigeria. Oh, shit. Dropped that. He dropped the ball there, but Joy, it's very. I've not seen Haller with this hairstyle before, so like before this competition, so it's kind of unrecognizable. Could have been an early chance for Ivory Coast, but I mean, Nigeria nearly gave it to them, dropped the ball. Chatwazy, it's a tackle by the Ivory Coast man. If I was to do a prediction, I think Nigeria will win 1-0. I don't want that to happen. I want Ivory Coast to win. But I wouldn't be upset at Nigeria when I don't really have any affiliation to Nigeria, to be honest. Kasuni's been found by us, man. It would be interesting to see how he plays because he's going to be the main man under the lights, let's say. So Aurier, he's obviously left Nottingham Forest to go to Galatasaray, I think. Ivory Coast now have a corner. Calvin Bassey runs it out. 5 minutes in, and we're seeing Ivory Coast more on the attack so far, just trying to start it in their own sort of tempo. Max Gradle, former Bournemouth man, will take the corner. It's not a great corner. Doesn't beat the first man. It won't be heads out. Seko Fofana. Can Ivory Coast get it back in? Is a Dingra. Oh, it's in. Haller. Oh, it's just wide. It's a good chance though for Haller. I don't know whether he was injured at the start of the tournament, but in my opinion, they should have been playing, and they've looked a better side with him. Scored a very awkward goal against Congo in the semis. Obviously, I've heard about the stuff that's going on in Congo as well. It's actually quite sad. So big up all the people from Congo and all that. Hope everyone is well in that country. But with Congo, Ivory Coast, it was one of the most cagey semi-finals. And I didn't really know where it was going to go, to be honest. I didn't really expect either nation to get where they were. I thought maybe Congo might edge it, but listen, Ivory Coast, Haller scored, and Ivory Coast ended up coming fourth. I mean, Congo ended up coming fourth in the end. Adingra has gone past Ada. Adingra is over the bar. The Ivory Coast fans are bouncing right now, just giving them all their support. Make sure to like the video whenever you see this and subscribe, or share it to someone who isn't subscribed. As you can see at the bottom, we are on the road to 500 subscribers. So please join. Please be one. On 217 right now. That's the target, 500. Simon Adingra is obviously one of them players that are like part of that Brighton project that they develop, they loan out, they wait until you're good enough for first team football, then they play you. I remember when Brighton played in the summer series in pre-season when they showed it on Sky, and Adingra was played really well. Everyone's like, "Who's this gem that they have again?" And he showed glimpses before going to Afcon what he can produce. So he'll probably be back for Brighton's next game in their squad at least. So we'll see what happens there. There's a Jai to Osimhen. Or driving forward Ivory Coast there. They've won another free kick to be honest, yeah, this first 9 minutes, they're really trying to prove a point. They're really trying to prove that they're really up for this, and that this is their home nation. They're not going to, fold. It's how you should play at your home nation, to be honest. But they've got another free kick. They can test them from set pieces. Calvin Bassey's already given away like 2 fouls. Calvin Bassey's a good player, but maybe a bit aggressive, maybe a bit too aggressive at times. But is what it is, isn't it? Will be like this final could go anyway. I think Kessie might be on the floor. He's currently already getting treatment, and we're nearly 10 minutes in. While we're waiting, like the video, please. Like the video and share everywhere, please. Try to grow this channel, man. Max Grade was complaining about something. I've seen this ref a couple of times in this tournament. Put your predictions in the comments and in the chat. Good to see another free kick being given here. Frank Kessie struggling a bit. I don't know whether he landed on something. I don't know whether he got his foot stuck in the pitch or he landed awkwardly, maybe on his shoulder there. That it looked like an awkward landing. Headed out by Nigeria. It's another free kick. Handball. Literally, the free kick, it got headed out, and I think Lookman controlled it and accidentally went on his arm. So the ref's given another one. The ref's given another. Oh yeah, that's blatantly off his arm. Another free kick. They've had like 3 long range free kicks already. Nigeria not really getting into the game in the first 10 minutes, but we're early. We're literally early doors. Max Gradle corner. Free kick. Sorry. That's another handball, in my opinion. I thought he came off Chuck Wazy's arm this time. Headed out. Nigeria can counter. Here's Osimhen. Here's Lookman. Just about keeps it in. Oh, Lookman. Oh, I think that was Gradle that defended that. It actually wasn't even Gradle. It was Ndika that defended that. But Nigeria showing they've got pace on the attack. They've got technical players. But I'd argue Ivory Coast has a better midfield. I think a lot of Nigerians were frustrated with Frank Onyeka's performance in the semis. But it won't be in midfield. It won't be his position is midfield. I think Nigerians have been saying that for a while, to be fair. Because even when he was at Arsenal and Everton, he's been playing on the wing mainly. Ivory Coast now in possession. I do wonder what it's like to be in a changing room, you're mid-tournament, and then your manager gets sacked. Because this is a tournament that happens every 2 years, you're thinking like, this is our opportunity to win this Afcon. And every nation wants to go out and win it. That's probably the best part. But I do wonder what it's like to be in a dressing room and think, well, our manager's just been sacked mid-tournament, so I don't know how we're going to go with a different mentality. They're down the right-hand side now with Gradle and Aurier. Gradle in a box. Oh, it's gone past Haller and Aina clears that. Just to make sure, no nonsense clearance is out for an Ivory Coast corner. Trooster Kong, Calvin Bassey, Ola Aina, they've been solid. They've been solid for Nigeria. Semi Ajayi as well. I think Ajayi needs credit. Their defense, when they switched to the 3 at the back, it suited their defense like perfectly. They finally panned to Drogba. Of course they did. Wonder where Yaya Toure is. Kolo Toure, Yaya Toure. I don't know whether either of them are watching it. It's in Ivory Coast, so surely they're there as well. Another. Trying to think of more Ivory Coast legends that would be there. Trying to see who's there for Nigeria. Is JJ Okocha there? His nephew is a Iwobi. Is Emenike there? I know he's not a legend, but is Emenike, he's a FIFA legend. Fafana has been fouled, and it's another Ivory Coast free kick, but this time in their own half. Osimhen with the foul. Apparently, Osimhen has to permanently wear that mask after an accident in a game. I always think it kind of makes Osimhen who he is, sort of thing. His pitches are really the best for a final. I feel like every time someone has fallen over, they've gone down and they've taken a long time to get back up. That might be a tactic from Ivory Coast, but I don't know. It's a bit exaggerated. It wasn't by Osimhen actually. It was by Frank Onyeka. Osimhen's just complaining a lot. I've just realised they've Ivory Coast have also got Jean-Michel Seri, who got relegated with Fulham with that terrible Fulham side. They got relegated in the 18-19 season, and now I'm pretty sure he's at Hull City now. But yeah, the Ivory Coast mainly controlling possession. I think I'm pretty sure Nigeria are very happy to let them have the ball. They're in their 5-4-1 shape. It is a 3 at the back. Sky have got it wrong once again with their team news. Ivory Coast are in a 5 at the back. Here's Max Gradle. Couldn't really get the 1-2. Calvin Massey kind of clears out there. I think you're going to see Nigeria come alive more, maybe either later in the first half or just towards the second half. I think they're very happy with keeping a clean sheet first rather than going all out to score, which is something West Ham cannot do. Here's Kosunu. Haller coming short, but he's gone to Kessié. They've mainly gone down the right. They've barely gone down the left. Aurier with a cross has been headed out by Troost-Ekong. Fofana. Yep, like probably should mix it up a bit. If they keep going down the right-hand side, Nigeria are going to be completely switched on to that right-hand side. They're going down the right again. Here's Kessié. Kosunu. From Leverkusen. Haller. Not a great pass from Haller, to be honest. Quite poor, to be honest. It would be not the greatest pass to Osimhen either on transition. I think Osimhen's telling him to get the ball over the top rather than, or in central position. I think that's what he was pointing at, rather than down the channel. That Nigerian kit, by the way, is absolutely like that's banging. I don't know how they just create such good kits every time. Every tournament, every year, you see a good Nigeria kit. I mean, you remember how it got sold out during that World Cup. I'm pretty sure Iwobi was the front of that. There's Chukwueze. Nigeria on the attack now. Lookman going down the left. And it's been headed away. But it was actually a very good cross. If they had more bodies in the box, they probably could have tested Ivory Coast a lot more. Osimhen to Ola Aina. Not really committing many men forward. Is Chukwueze has been cleared by Conan. Feels weird saying Conan without Krypton Conan. Here's Nigeria's left wing back now, Lookman. By the way, Ademola Lookman should have had a better career by now, in my opinion, for the ability that he has. He's probably just made the wrong moves in his career, but I think he's enjoying his time at Atalanta now, so good for him. I would have taken him at West Ham easily. I wanted him at West Ham, but Leicester got him on loan. But yeah, we didn't even look at him. I don't think. There's one of the few players we wasn't linked with. Not saying we would have got him, but I would have taken him. I think he was linked to Crystal Palace as a Zaha replacement at one point. We've got up to 5 years already. Fucking hell. It was on 2, now on 5. Thank you for everyone that's going to keep watching and is watching right now. Thank you. And please like the video and please subscribe. I'm enjoying doing these watch-alongs and it means a lot when people watch them as well. So thank you. Ivory Coast are currently controlling it. It's mainly been all of them in terms of possession. In terms of attacks, it could go in either way. Both nations testing out their defenses, but not really many shots on goal just yet. There's been given a Nigeria free kick in their own area. I feel like Ademola Lookman is going to get a goal somehow. I just feels like everything is going through him. Everything's either going down Ivory Coast's right hand side or Nigeria's left hand side. So it should be interesting. It feels like the whole play has been played on one side of the pitch. Ola Aina, who can play both sides of the defence, is over the ball over the top is too much for Osimhen, but he claps it because he thinks it's a good idea. I've heard of the Seko Fofana guy quite a lot. I haven't watched him much outside of this Afcon, but I've heard a lot of teams were interested in him. I think he might be in Saudi Arabia now. But I think he got a new contract with Lons not that long ago, and he cried because of the reception that he got, because they gave him some big reception when he was coming out to do his new contract and stuff. So it's interesting that he's in Saudi now. But I've heard good stuff about him. I don't understand. Well, I do understand because the money and stuff, but um, I don't really understand how he's not at a bigger club maybe. Another Ivory Coast corner. Miscommunication between Nigeria's left wing back and their goalkeeper. It was actually a poor header from their defender, to be honest. But they do have a corner now. I don't see Nigeria getting beaten from corners, but I could understand an open play. Adingra with the corner. Oh, it's actually been headed overhead kick. Oh, I thought it went in. I thought Max Gradle scored that overhead kick, but it was side netting. I think a lot of the Ivory Coast fans behind that thought it was a goal as well. But originally, it was a header that was misplaced and then just failed to Gradle, and he kind of like just miskicked it. Thank you, Rob, for the comment. You're a regular viewer on this channel, and I appreciate you. Thanks for the football content. Thanks for watching, honestly. We're currently on 6 viewers, so everyone like the video and subscribe, please, or share it to someone who isn't subscribed so we can get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Ivory Coast currently going down the left with Adingra. Yeah, it's been all Ivory Coast so far. Like 20 minutes, despite it being 0-0, it's actually been an interesting game. Like not just tactically, but just in entertainment wise. The Ivory Coast has controlled it for final there, but it's been everyone's kind of just trying to win it off the second ball. Here's Iwobi. Aurier intercepts. Aurier and Gradle down that right hand side have been on it. So is Kessie. Here's Gradle. Good cross. Oh, it's just over Haller. And Ola Aina will let that go out for a throw in. Onyeka probably wants a better performance than how he performed in the semi-finals. Calvin Bassey will try and bring the ball out of play and bring the ball from the back, sorry. Here's Iwobi. I reckon Iwobi will put in a very good performance. He's been decent so far, but I feel like he's going to turn up in this final as well. Trooster Kong. It's Calvin Bassey again. The thing is, I do feel like if Nigeria do get the first goal, especially during the first half, they will see it out. However, if Ivory Coast go in the lead, I think they're more. I don't know whether susceptible is the right word. I don't even know what it means really, but susceptible to conceding attacks and all of that stuff. But it's been a foul been given to Nigeria after a challenge on Ademola Lookman. Every time Ademola Lookman's got the ball, he's been doubled up on. I think that just proves how good he actually is. But he's been very good so far. Probably been up there man of the match. I think I'd probably say Aurier so far man of the match, or Fofana. But so far, so good. It's a proper final. None of this just teams being cautious or anything. Like, despite Nigeria sitting back in their shape, that doesn't mean they're cautious. Like overall, they're still trying to go for the win. They're still trying to go for the goal. It's been given a free kick now to Ivory Coast, but I feel like I'm seeing a better final than I usually do in modern day football. Decent. Actually, it wasn't a great cross to be fair. It was actually behind the players, but Trooster Kong fouls the player. I think it's a bit soft, but it is what it is. I've seen those given before. Here's Conan. Adingra made the running behind. He didn't want to long ball it. Here's Ndeka to Kasunu. Now it's Ivory Coast's turn to try and break Nigeria down. Switch to Max Gradle. It's been closed down at 1-2, and Calvin Bassey will collect that. Great recovery pace. It's been cleared and it's out for an Ivory Coast throw-in. I love how casual the managers are with their dress sense. Like the Ivory Coast managers just said a normal shirt with an Ivory Coast badge on it. That's how I would dress if I was a manager. Just a normal shirt, probably in shorts as well. And instead of all this suit stuff, I don't like wearing suits, even though I kind of have to for my part-time work. Here's Kessier, Aurier, another cross in. Do you know what, these crosses are good ideas right now, but they're just a little further away from where Haller probably wants them. I think they should take more advantage of the fact that Haller can play to feet as well. He's not just a man that's good in the air; he can play to feet. I remember the last Afcon, he wasn't his best. I remember even commentators even saying this is the West Ham Sebastian Haller rather than the Borussia Dortmund Sebastian Haller. No, the Ajax Sebastian Haller, sorry. He was good at Ajax as well. Just another striker that we misused, in my opinion. But I'm really happy for him because he overcame the whole stuff to do with cancer, and now he's back playing football. Had a long break, so very happy. Oh, there's a bit fiery here. Dika and Osimhen having a confrontation. He's even pushing the ref. Jesus Christ, it's getting a bit fiery in this. Dika and Osimhen are fully squaring up right now. No, this is a proper final, man. This is a proper final. This is what you want to see, man. These teams are passionate about them wanting to win. Now they're just trying to break it up. Dika is furious, man. Osimhen is a bit of a hothead. I've seen him as a bit of a hothead, but I don't know about if Evan and Dika is a hothead. Also had a masterclass against us in the second leg for Frankfurt against us. It was a whole lot of nothing, really. I didn't think Endinka really elbowed Osimhen in the back of the head, but Osimhen clearly felt so, and then Endinka pretty much said, "Get up." Then they started arguing. And Osimhen saying definitely an elbow. But I think it's just players going up in the air for headers. I feel like you get penalised probably too much by that. But Nigeria do have a free kick. Let's see if they can take advantage of that. There's always this ongoing debate every tournament whether players what nation players should declare for. Lookman with the cross, it's been headed out. But in my opinion, you should just declare for the nation that you feel the most loved in, the feel that, or the one that you think's best for your career. But that doesn't always really mean much, to be honest. That every time, usually when players make the decision to declare for nations that they feel like it's more best towards their career rather than when they feel the most loved, it doesn't usually work well for them. So eventually Mikel Antonio and Zaha didn't pick England, they picked Ivory Coast and Jamaica, which is not only just best for their career, it's probably nations they feel most love for anyway. Because Antonio always said he wanted to play for Jamaica. And I remember Wilfred Zaha even saying that Gareth Southgate didn't really give him much appreciation like that. So I think players should just play for nations that they feel the most loved in. Like if you feel like, for example, when coloured players unfortunately play for European countries, if they do badly, they're going to get told, "Fuck off, you African this, you Asian this." That's why I feel like players should probably play for countries that they're originally from, because England and France and all these European nations, we probably don't show enough, not in terms of me, but in terms of when people get angry about football, they go too far and then they give too much criticism and too much abuse towards the players because they're of colour. We saw what happened in the Euros. And we probably don't appreciate them enough. However, they went to their home nation, they will be treated like kings. They'll be treated like you are the guy sort of thing. Like we will praise you to the Almighty. Sometimes it doesn't always work like that. Apparently there's this whole politics thing with Riyad Mahrez at Algeria. They feel like he's too French or something like that. I haven't really read into it. I just heard that. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but it's a difficult one. Sometimes it probably gets too political in football. We're 30 minutes into the game nearly, 28 minutes in, nearly 29. And despite it being 0-0, it hasn't been a boring game like at all. It's been very interesting. But we are yet to see a goal, but I do have a feeling that a goal is coming. Maybe not in this half, but maybe early second half. Now, obviously, Ivory Coast just trying to play through Nigeria right now. Trying to play the ball in behind is Haller and Deka. Two former Frankfurt players in different eras. Oh, it's a ball over the top. Can Adingra get ahead of that? The Nigerian keeper really over-exaggerated. Oh my god, he's dropped the ball again. What is wrong with this Nigerian keeper, bro? Every time he there's twice in this game, he's collected the ball and randomly just dropped it. Not in any sort of danger, but I think he tried to say that he's fouled for that one. Let's have a look again. Was he fouled? Let's have a look. Nah. No, the Nigerian keeper kicks into Adingra. So I'm not sure about that. The worst goalkeeping thing I saw in this tournament was the Ghanaian keeper. I think he's called Afori. And he dropped the ball and it went out of play and they were 2-1 up against Mozambique, I think it was. Was it Mozambique? I think it was Mozambique. And then they were already 2-1 up. They scored 2 penalties and then Mozambique equalised against Ghana. And then they made it 2-2. They bottled it. Currently, we've got a calling break. Joe, people would generally ask, why don't they play African Cup of Nations in the summer? Could you imagine if they played African Cup of Nations in the summer? I don't know whether that's ever happened before, but it should never happen. That's bad conditioning. Like, could you imagine that? Play it in the summer. Gotta be crazy. Imagine playing that. Players would faint. You need about 5 calling breaks. You need the players to play with water bottles in their hands. Same with the Asia Cup as well. Like, why would the Asia Cup be in the summer? Like with the Euros, you still need a cooling break, and it's not even as hot as other continents. So I don't know why people were asking about why isn't it played in the summer and stuff. Fucking hell, the Nigerian fans have got the trumpets up. Some of them don't look happy to be playing the trumpet. Some of them are having fun though. A whole different atmosphere. It's one of the few stadiums that actually got fans. Okay, maybe the fans aren't closer to the goal, but I've seen fans that are like so far away from the goals in other stadiums, man. It's weird. I don't know why stadiums are built like that, especially our stadium. Osimhen gets his mask back on. We should be kicking off again. For all the people in here, make sure to like and subscribe and share it to someone who isn't subscribed if you are already subscribed. And we've got a live stream tomorrow, the aftermath of the unfortunate events at the London Stadium when it was West Ham versus Arsenal. Hopefully we'll have Alfie on again, like we did on Friday. And it should be at 3 p.m. Regardless of what happens, it's going to be at 3 p.m. It's going to be a live stream. So look forward to that. Unless you're a West Ham fan like me, then you're going to be dreading talking about it. But we're back underway. Nigeria played out from the back. Ivory Coast pressing a little bit more. They're saying Haller did. I remember those comments, by the way, when it was like, Haller doesn't press for West Ham. No, it's we didn't press as a team. Or Haller doesn't work hard. Well, he's not Antonio, is he? He's not different striker. But Ivory Coast are through here. See what Adingra is saved. That was the best chance of the game so far. Adingra shot it straight into the keeper. It was probably not a great angle to put it on his left foot. I thought he was going to bend it with his right foot, but it was a good pass by Kessie. I don't think he could have got into his right foot because I think Semi Ajayi would have covered that. It's actually harder than it looks. It's actually quite a tight angle. But nevertheless, the keeper saves it. Haller wasn't quick enough to get into the box. But Ivory Coast, if they don't win this, they'll be looking back at those chances, thinking maybe we could have done better there, but it's probably too harsh. But Ivory Coast have another corner. They probably had about 5 corners by now. I'm about to adjust my seat to sit up. It's about to make a very squeaky noise. I'm just going to mute it 2 seconds. All right, should be fine now. Max Grader will take another corner for Ivory Coast. It's been mainly Ivory Coast have been a better side so far. Header again. Not really gone anywhere. It's been cleared. Here's Cassie. I think Ivory Coast want to take advantage of the momentum they have because it could go to half time. They could do a team talk, and then Nigeria could be the team on top. Here's Kasunu. Switches it. It's now out wide. Here is Adingra again. I think that's a goal kick now. It's a goal kick to Nigeria. IJ tells him to get up. Very fiery so far. Both teams coming for each other, man. Not in that way. Pause. But yeah, that Adingra shot was tougher than it looks. Probably, maybe he could have put it across goal. What a Drogba's reaction. Drogba's killing me, man. He reacted like a proper fan. Of course. From there. I don't know. Seeing Didier Drogba bored, it's weird, man. It's weird. 62% possession for Ivory Coast, 37 for Nigeria. I don't think Nigeria care about possession. Don't think they need to. Just play the counter. They've got pace. Haller gives it away. Oh, Nigeria on the counter now. Is their left wing back? Can Nigeria score? Is a great block. Haller, that was a lazy pass. I'm gonna go in more in the middle of this. In the middle, just give me a sec. Sorry for the chair squeaking. That's just how the chair is, man. Give me a sec. Just want to be more in the middle so you guys can see me a bit more. Move that microphone away. Nigeria's corner. Kong! It's 1-0 Nigeria! Kong has scored against the run of play. Oh, all the things that happen in this game, that might be the most football thing to happen all game. Ivory Coast have been on top for pretty much all of the game, but Kong, the man who scored a couple penalties, the big game player throughout this whole tournament, has taken the lead for Nigeria. Ivory Coast had a couple of chances, but they didn't take advantage. But Nigeria have gone 1-0 up with their captain, former Watford centre-back, Kong. And who's the number 17 for Ivory Coast? I think that's Aurier, you know. I think he just gets... Yeah, it's Aurier. That's a mismatch in terms of height. But Nigeria are 1-0 up. There's no chance for the Ivory Coast keeper either. Like, nowhere near that whatsoever. But Nigeria are 1-0 up. Let's see if they can hold on. I did say 1-0 Nigeria. Will it stay like that? I have no idea. But, wow. Jesus. 38 minutes in. Kong does it again, man. Big game player. He's been a proper captain this whole tournament. Leader by example, leader on the pitch. Done really well. That's a foul to Nigeria. Ivory Coast are just going to get frustrated even more now if they fail to break them down. I feel like Nigeria might have to go more into the dark arts now. Right in the middle of the back three, Truce to Kong. Proper captain, Rose for the header. I don't think Ivory Coast would be particularly happy with that. If you're from Ivory Coast right now, you must be pissed. Max Graydon's gone down. Ivory Coast, can they put the ball in? It's fallen to their goalkeeper once again. This time he doesn't drop it. I'm sure throughout the whole game you're going to see him take his time. This goalkeeper seems like a bit of a shithouse. Yeah, the Ivory Coast fans don't look happy at all. Calvin Basti. It's up for Kasunu. Kasunu intercepts that for Nigeria throw. Go Nigeria. Yep, well, they are winning. Like, they deserve to win this tournament. Like, based on performances, they deserve it. Osimhen, that probably should have been a free kick for Osimhen. Cleared away. Ivory Coast needs to get this ball under control. It's gone straight back to their keeper. They need to get a move on now. What Nigeria could now expose them to do now is go back in their shape and plug the gaps. Calvin Bassi completely missed kicks there, but Ivory Coast will look to attack straight away. Max Gradle down the right hand side, blocked across. Lookman, Osimhen tries to flick it in behind, but Ivory Coast intercept that once again. Here's Adingra taking on Olaena. Olaena. Oh, Bassi heads it away. Nigeria been given a free kick. Defending headers once again. Yeah, that's definitely a collision to the head for Calvin Bassi. What a header, by the way, from Truce to Kong. Like, as soon as I saw that loop, I was like, this is going like to the corner, straight to the corner. He's deserved it as well. Like, it's not over, but it like from the way you see Nigeria play throughout this whole tournament, it could be over now. Don't write off anyone in the tournament, but ever since they've gone three at the back, they've done really well. It's up to Calvin Bassi now. Intercepting another Ivory Coast attack. Can Osimhen get the best of Kasunu here? Oh, he's done well there. Oh, that's not a foul. I don't think that's a foul, you know. Like, you can't even use strength as a striker anymore. Everything's a foul now because the defender's fallen over. Long diagonal ball. Osimhen has kept it in, but it's not really to Nigeria's benefit though. They gave that as a foul. Like, what has football come to, man? That's not foul. Haller, it's through and it's collected again by the keeper. Like, just an end product that Ivory Coast really can't get a hand of. Can't get a hang of, sorry. I don't know how they're going to get through this defense. Osimhen has gone down. He will be taken care of right now. I think Osimhen, he might have injured himself from that foul. Four minutes at a time for the first half. If Nigeria gets second before half time by some miracle, then it's definitely game over. But I can see it ending like this, you know. I can see it ending 1-0. Don't see Ivory Coast getting a goal anytime soon, unfortunately. So, the throw in for Ivory Coast. Bro, that guy does not look happy. Jesus Christ. Looks pissed off. Carden under pressure is Seri. Driving with the ball a bit. Don't know why he didn't look up there. It was a good forward pass there. Yeah, Ivory Coast just looks sloppy playing out from the back right now. You got to get up to the big man. Let him bring it down. Bring your wingers in. Is that Ahmed Musa? That looks like Ahmed Musa. Hold on. Let me go to the team news quick. Was I seeing that right? It is Ahmed Musa. I haven't seen Ahmed Musa in years. I haven't seen him since Leicester. I didn't really see the point of Leicester signing him at the time. It's just good on FIFA because he was a pace merchant. Didn't even know he was still playing. I don't know how old he is now. Just saw him on the bench. Ivory Coast will continue to try and find an opening, but apart from a bit of joy from Adingra and Gradle, they haven't really showed much. Here's Haller. There's no fluidity. They're like their strikers, their wingers are fast. They get into their striker, and then they try and bring players forward, and it doesn't really work. Haller's done well to try and win the ball back there. They got to press as high as possible now. Try and win their duels. Here's a Werby. Now they're going to check on Nigeria's left wing back to see if he's okay now, because he'll be put under treatment. We're about to approach half time. Like the video, please. Subscribe if you are new. Share it to someone who isn't subscribed if you are already. And we will have the aftermath with Alfie tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully with Alfie. If not, it will just be me talking about West Ham versus Arsenal and more stuff to do with West Ham. And we'll probably go through what people online think just to keep topics and conversations flowing to an extent. Here is Fafana. Oh, it was a strike, but it was straight at the Nigeria goalkeeper. But I'm pretty sure that's their first shot on target. I could be wrong, but I think that is their first shot on target. And we are at half time, I think. And it is 1-0 currently to Nigeria. A decent half, especially in the first 25 minutes of the half. Probably a bit more cagey towards the second half, but at the same time, it's been a decent final. Do you really want to talk about the Arsenal game? Not really, to be honest with you. But it is not my job, but it is my duty, it's my hobby, and I've got to talk about the lows. If I want to talk about the highs, unfortunately. Yeah, that was traumatic. That game was horrific. Horrific game. Oh, God. I don't understand people that still defend this manager. I don't understand people that defend things like, for example, if I talk about the manager, if I criticize the manager for the tactics, they'll talk about, but you won the Conference League 200 days ago, you know? But you're judging that off sentiment rather than judging that off what I'm talking about now. So, yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, people still defend this manager. And it doesn't mean I don't think the manager is some sort of legend for, you know, helping us win that Conference League. In my opinion, he will always be a legend for winning that. Because he was the manager that took us there. But at the same time, I don't think it's the right way moving forward. That's just my opinion. That will always be my opinion, and it's been my opinion for the past 14 months. And things drop off, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We got what we deserved in that game. Like we got battered. Like, I've seen us get battered before, but not like that. And the reason why I say not like that is because we played well for 20 minutes. Well, played well. It's a big phrase. And then we bottled it. Losing 4-0 in the first half is mental. For me, even losing 2-0 in the first half is a bit mental. But yeah. Newcastle supporter. We made Champions League this year. Shit, too many injuries. Yeah, you had a lot of injuries. You still have a few injuries. Like, I just think with that whole FFP thing that you guys are dealing with, you're not going to get the rebuild in the squad that you currently want to. And I think a lot of people are going at Eddie Howe. I still think Eddie Howe can do well with Newcastle, but I think he needs more players. And I think he needs to drop Dan Burn as one of his favourites. He needs to, learn that some of his favourites are probably not going to be there when he needs to take the club forward. I think Eddie Howe is the right man to do it. It's just managers have this thing where their favourites get in the way of what they should actually be doing logically as a manager. And unfortunately, that's our manager with a lot of players. Again, Souček. You can even add Zuma to that as of recent. He doesn't. He's trying to force his Calvin Phillips thing. Ward-Prowse is a good player, but he's been playing in the wrong position. Like, I cannot wait for Paquetá to come back because we'll actually get some creativity. But at the same time, like even with Paquetá, I don't think much is going to change because he's still going to play him off the left. But with Newcastle, I think Newcastle will be fine. I think Newcastle will finish above us. When you guys have got one game a week now, we've managed to make our squad thinner somehow, and we've managed to going to Europa League campaign very soon, where I am still going to go to the Europa League game, but I don't really want to. I will go though. It is weird seeing Declan Rice score against us, and I kind of, listen, good on him that he didn't celebrate. I respect him. I never didn't respect him, but I would have celebrated. Oh god, we're getting fully mocked, man. I'm rightly so. I'm rightly so. Currently half time, obviously. This Nigeria Ivory Coast game, and we'll see if Ivory Coast can, can get an equalizer, can make this game interesting. It is genuinely painful trying to take my mind off this West Ham game, man. But again, as I said about this game, lovely header from Kong. Just seen another replay of it. Oreo probably has to do better in defending, but it's probably not where he thought the header was going to go. Is that Solomon Kalou in the studio? He's got a drawn-on hairline. It's George Boateng. Why is his hairline drawn on? He's got the sharp hairline with no hair. Huh? Interesting to say the least. Ivory Coast have had their chances though. They probably should have tried to take advantage of at least one of them. They're going to be looking back at that if they lose this final and be like, well, we should have finished this one. We could have passed across the ball there, etc. But if Nigeria do win this and get over the line, they will deserve it. Because ever since the first game of the group stage, they've deserved it. It's been a good tournament as well. A very entertaining tournament. I feel like specifically like less so the Euros, but more so African Cup of Nations, and you can argue Copa America. And definitely in the Asia Cup, every nation wants to win it. Like some teams are just there, like if we can get past this, we'll be fine. If we can get past this, and then we try and get past the next stage. But I think every nation in Afcon wants to win it. I don't know what part of England has many Nigerians, but whatever part of England that is, it's going to be going mental if Nigeria win that. Because we saw what happened with the videos of West Green Road when Congo went through to the semis. We saw what happened there. So it would be interesting to see the celebrations in this country, around the world, a bit like how saw the celebration in Argentina. You saw Buenos Aires literally stacked full of fans. The thing is, if England won anything, like, I don't know how people would actually react. Like, I generally think that this country wouldn't know what to do with itself. And it'll be weird to see everyone on the same page, everyone trying to be positive. I'm sure someone will try to stir something up, but it would be nice to see England win something. I'll say that for sure, but look at the manager we have. Another manager that I don't like. Gareth Southgate. I'm just wondering what the excuses are going to be for David Moyes this year. Or this year, this time. Oh god, I don't know how you can keep defending this. Oh God, I am not looking forward to tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to the next week of just media gaslighting. I'm just seeing a lot of like double double standards online. And I'm just seeing a lot of like if Moyes wins a game, I mean if we win a game, it's Moyes. If we lose a game, it's the players. Like I'm seeing a lot of that, to be honest with you. Oh God. Well, tomorrow and for the next week, midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever, you're gonna get me unfiltered. You're gonna get a lot of truths, and we'll dissect that game. We'll dissect the West Ham situation. A lot of heavy defeats this year as well. By the way, 5-0 to Fulham, 4-1 to Villa. Uh, the Liverpool battering in the cup. I don't even remember what the score was. I think it was like 5-1, 6-1, something like that. 6-0 to Arsenal, 3-0 to Man United. But I'm not allowed to like say boys out or anything. Otherwise, I'm a disgrace. I'm negative. You know. Oh my God, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't think I ever. I don't think I ever will. To be honest. I've never left a game early. Apart from actually no, I've left once because it was pouring down rain and we was ill. But that was like 7, 8 years ago. I left the West Ham Newcastle game on 90 minutes when Joel Linton scored right at the end. And I left that 90th minute today. I didn't bother for the other time. Didn't see the point of staying for added time. To be honest, I wanted to leave at half time, but like, what's the point? To be honest, what's the point of leaving early? But then, what's the point of even staying? Like, I'm kind of just in two minds about it. I'm kind of just like, oh, do what you want. Like, I'm not going to criticize any other West Ham fan and say you're not a true fan, you're not this, you're not that. Even though people with faceless accounts on football Twitter want to do that when they've never been to a game or they don't show their face. Doesn't make any sense. A lot of these West Ham fans that are leaving early as well have also been fans of the club for about 40, 50 years. A lot of these fans have just got the season ticket backs a couple of seasons ago, but um they've been a fan for years. Like people can do what they want. Like a lot of the stadium is still true West Ham fans. You do get some tourists, but it's still like proper West Ham fans. It's just, are we ever gonna? Are we ever gonna be consistently competing? I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much, but at the same time, standards go up, things change in life, things change in football. So that's what I want. That's what I'm thinking. But other people don't want that. Uh, Other people just want to keep the same standards as we were when we were in relegation. But some people look at the past to try and put their opinions out when talking about the present. So I'm not too sure. Obviously, the Super Bowl. They've just advertised Super Bowls later on. I have no fucking clue about anything to do with American football, so I'm not going to even bat an eyelid about it. I'm sure a lot of people online are going to pretend they know American football for 24 hours like they always do every year. It's probably Usher is performing, so I might just watch that video when it comes out on YouTube. I'm a Usher fan, but that's the only thing I'm there for. Really, I'm not going to watch it live. I don't care. I legit couldn't care less about American football. I'm going to try and get an early night, to be honest with you. Try and fucking sleep. Just gonna sort out as well tomorrow. About to come out for the second half. 2 teams. Oh, God. Hopefully we see. Good luck with sleep after 6-0. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, thinking about this club makes me tired. But by the time I go get in my bed, I'm awake. So don't worry about it. I don't sleep anyway that often, unfortunately. So hopefully this club puts me to sleep after time. I'm generally tempted to take naps uh during the games that I watch when it comes to us. So boring, man. I don't really like care about style of football that much, to be honest. I just care about getting the best out of players. But the most successful West Ham teams from back in the day, were playing football. We're about to get ready for the second half, and it'll be interesting to see if Nigeria will still hold out, will still keep their concentration, and whether Ivory Coast will turn it up. Oh god, we're into the second half. It's been kicked off once again. I don't think any subs have been made at half time. Already, I can see their wing backs are getting high. They're just gonna put like 5 players on them. It's been headed out. But they played like 6 at the back. Chuck Wasey was just backtracking with the wing back, bro. Jesus Christ, Nigeria are really going all out defensive right now. Seri switches the ball to Oreo. Kessier's got a bit wider. Nearly fell to Fafana. Calvin Bassey clearing everything today. Been very good defensively overall, Calvin Bassey. My Siri just turned on by mistake. I don't know why that happened. I think after I said Seri, it turned on. Don't like when it does that. Here's a Dingra. Again, cleared by Semi Ajayi. Osimhen dropping a Dicker, but that's not a foul. What? That's a foul as well. This ref's giving everything to the striker. Usually, I complain when refs in the Premier League they don't give enough to strikers in general because they expect strikers to like wrestle off like 3 or 4 players in the Premier League, and their shirts will get pulled, etc. But in this, the Osimhen's got pretty much every foul that is probably not really needed, to be honest, but he still got it. Ivory Coast putting a bit more pressure on. Nigeria going direct. Ivory Coast with a second ball. A bit of head tennis there. Here's Fafana. Ola Aina with the clearance. We drew 4-4 Luton, lost 3-0 to Forest. Chris Wood got a hat trick. He's useless. Yeah, when I watched that game, I was fucking surprised as hell that you lost to Forest at home. And Chris Wood scored a hat trick. That is some of the worst luck you could have as a fan. When one of your former players scores a hat trick against you, it's long, man. Like Nuno Espirito Santos Forest, we've got them next week. I know you just played them. We've got them next week at the City Ground. A team that we just about beat under Steve Cooper, a manager they sacked. So I'm not looking forward to that. We didn't even win there last year. So I'm expecting another loss. I'm going to be predicting losses from most games coming up. We've also got Brentford at home the next week, a team that we've never beaten in the Premier League. So can't fucking wait for that. Sorry for the squeaky chair, by the way, guys. It just happens, man. Here's what it is. Max Gradle, who hasn't aged at all since I last watched him at Bournemouth. The people in the look when the Chuck Wazy are holding each other's hand in the wall. I've not seen that before. Cross in the box, headed out by Osimhen. He's playing everyone on side. There's been an overhead kicked clearance now. Very interesting by Onyeka. He's for Fada to Adingra. Adingra's gone past Aina. Can he put a good ball in? Keeper's headed out. And can it be another? Oh my god! It was the fucking block on that was so major. Ivory Coast was so close to get an equaliser from Max Gradle, and Adingra blazed past Aina. And a few times, the actually first time he's probably been beat 1v1 this game. The keeper spills it, and yeah, it's a great block again by Calvin Bassey, and the keeper collects it. That could have been a goal. And Calvin Bassey celebrating the block, like that's team spirit. Like that's just more encouragement, good mentality. Ola Aina, ball through to Lookman, and the keeper collects it. This second half, the first 5 minutes already has been very entertaining. All right, long ball. Ajayi with the header. One of Aurier hasn't done his shoelaces. You've been serious. You've got a final to do, bro. Here is Seri. Adingra, not the greatest of touches, but he's still got the ball. He's been double up on Yako with the tackle and is out for an Ivory Coast throw. Fam, every time I say Jean-Michel Seri, my fucking Siri turns on. Luckily, my ringer's not on, so you don't have to hear that. It's out for a goal kick. Actually, I think it might have been handball. Yeah, it was handball. Yeah, regardless, that wouldn't have been given even if that led to an attack that would have led to a shot gun in. It also came off Fafana anyway for a goal kick. So okay, this goalkeeper's taking a piss with his free kick position. Long ball over the top. Can also went ahead again. Conan collects it. Is Adingra. This time they're just going down the left hand side instead of the right. They were going down the right the whole time last in the previous half. But Grader was through. Can he put Halle on? Taking on the Nigerian defender. He's gone down. That's definitely not a penalty. No chance of that penalty. Very desperate. Could have gone on and had a shot there. I think they'll look at it though. I think they will look at it. The ref has stopped the game for the foul. I mean, for the injury. So Max Gradle, it is 2024. Don't know why Max Gradle is still trying to be a key part of a team in the Afcon. I've just turned my chair massage thing on, so if you can hear a buzzing noise, let me know, and if you can, I'll turn it off. But yeah, let me know in the chat. But I wanted to turn it on because I'm tired. To be honest, if I wasn't streaming right now, I'd probably fall asleep on my chair. But make sure to like the video, guys, subscribe, and share it to everyone. On the road to 500 subscribers, as I said to the bottom. So, yeah. Max Grader is down. He's injured right now. And the Nigeria and Ivory Coast players are arguing again. I think Aurier is arguing with Osimhen. There's been a yellow card for the Nigeria keeper and Serge Aurier because they keep arguing. Very fiery game and as passionate as it should be. They're still arguing now. Goalkeeper needs to fucking chill out, man. Out of all players on the pitch that you don't want to be chilled out, it's the goalkeeper, bro. Arsene Wenger's there. Arsene Wenger's behind the UEFA guy. You know, the guy that was at the World Cup press conference. He was like, "Today I feel gay. Today I feel disabled." That guy. He's behind the body. That's literally West Ham every time they turn up for 90 minutes. Today I feel disabled. Here's Conan down the left for Ivory Coast. Adingra cleared out by Jai. Chukwueze could start a counter. Here's Osimhen. Chukwueze again is a bit behind him, and Ivory Coast will collect that again. This is the kind of game where Nigeria are solid in defence and they're collecting the ball very well. But at the same time, with all the possession that Ivory Coast could have again in this half, I feel like Nigeria might be more likely to score just because they're probably more clinical, even with them not creating many chances. For another free kick in Ivory Coast's own half. About to make a substitution, number 11. Who's number 11? Chukwueze is coming off, and Moses Simon is coming on for Nigeria. So that'll be interesting. Probably wants a refreshment in legs for this tournament. God, I'm tired. I knew it'd be tiring doing a watch-along after going to a game, but whatever. The game is the game. The grind is the grind. I'm not exactly doing a 9 to 5 today. Here's Aurier down the right. Not the greatest of crosses. Adingra gets it back in and it hits Aina and it's back to Nigeria. Moses Simon, he just come on. Can he take someone on with his pace? And Conan seems to defend that quite well. Adingra was claiming handball. It came off the shoulder of Aina. Nigeria will probably just either want to keep the ball or make sure they're just as solid as possible and don't make too many mistakes. They probably don't want to overplay it because Ivory Coast should be putting pressure on. They should be pressing, and Nigeria's keeper's distribution there was actually quite good, to be fair. They're on a counter now, but Lookman showed too much to Kasunu. His Gradle, Kessier. It's a tackle, and it's an Ivory Coast free kick again. Nigeria giving away a lot of fouls this game, but it seems to be working. I'm fucking tired, man. Sorry about that. Here's Seri. Here is Gradle. Kessier. I don't know if it's Kessie or Kessier. I've been saying both throughout this match. My phone just came on and I don't know why. My phone just turned on randomly. That's worrying. I don't know what that was. Kessie. Is Seri? It's gone wide. That's why it keeps fucking turning. Every time I say his name, I'm gonna stop saying his name because my phone keeps turning on every time I say his name. Every time I say his name, my phone. I'm just gonna call him fucking Jean Michel. That was a terrible shot as well, though. Like, you know, it's getting desperate when they're just taking long shots for kind of like not no reason, but it's mainly because that they can't get many shots in the box because their tactic is mainly just going down the wing and trying to cross it, and it's quite easy for the Nigerian centre backs to deal with, to be completely honest. The long ball over the top, Calvin Bassey would deal with it. Haller with the second ball is Kessier. It is through to Adingra. Doesn't really have much support. Adingra in the box, Kessie, and it's straight into the goalkeeper. See, chances like that, you got to take. You got to take. You got to take them. Ivory Coast, if you're from Ivory Coast, you're probably fucking frustrated right now. Like, you probably just want. You want to be creating better chances than that. This Nigerian keeper, by the way, is a bloody wind up. This guy's just waiting for Haller to press him. They're gonna have to switch it up though. Eventually, they can't keep going one dimensional all game because it ain't working. It's not working at all. Then Ivory Coast become open every time Nigeria attack, and then they can pounce on that. Maybe they should have switched out today. Maybe they should have gone defensive. It won't be with a really bad clearance. It's actually gone towards their own box. But Nigeria again deal with that very, very well. Like they dealt with every clearance very well. I have to give it to them. Like like people will look at stats probably and be like, "Well, Ivory Coast had more possession, but Nigeria have been the better team, like overall." Oh, it's a shot and it's straight at the keeper. That was a good long shot. That was from Kasunu. It's weird seeing the centre back wear number 7, but that was actually a really clean shot. It had some spin on it, but the keeper dealt with that well. So for another Ivory Coast corner, it's been a lot this match. See what Adingra will take this. Adingra with the corner, and it's 1-1. Kessier scores, and it's 1-1. It's another corner. Another goal from a corner from Kessie. Another set of bad marking. This Nigerian defense could not be broken during open play, but it had to take a corner for Ivory Coast to equalise. And Didier Drogba is going mental. The Ivory Coast fans have gone wild in the air. It is 1-1 currently, and the final has just turned on its head once again. After all that decent defending from Nigeria, Ivory Coast have equalised. And the Ivory Coast fans are emotional right now because that was terrible marking. The Kessie was free like that. Whose man was that even meant to be, by the way? Because there was a guy zonal marking, but he wasn't on the post, so that's probably his man. But Kessie had all that space. The goalkeeper's positioning may be questionable, and it is 1-1. Whether it's deserved, You never know, but it's what you want to see in a final. You want to see unpredictability. And 2 corners, 2 goals. Well, a lot of corners, 2 goals. And the Ivory Coast fans are very emotional right now. They're very happy. They're probably very relieved as well. Let's be honest. They probably weren't happy with how they performed during this 90-minute game, but we have a twist finally. As I've been a long ball now, and maybe Nigeria will come out of their shell a bit more, try and attack a bit more, but I still don't see Ivory Coast getting a goal from open play, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. And wow, what a moment. But make sure to like the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and share it to someone who isn't subscribed. And we're trying to get to 500 subscribers end of the year. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this game. Been a good game. Been a tough game. Been a very interesting game tactically. It's been cagey at times. There's a lot of athleticism, a lot of strength, a lot of power, a lot of technique, a lot of unpredictability. And I'm very happy with how this game's gone so far because 1-1. It's not been like one of those boring finals you see nowadays. It's been very good. Here's Aurier. Gets closed down by Lookman. Aurier claims to be fouled. Nigeria will maybe counter this. They're probably going to slow the game down a bit. Here's Lookman. The ref stops the game for the Aurier foul, even though I didn't think it was that much of a foul, to be honest with you. He is down to the ground. I don't know whether he's injured himself, but a bit of clash with Lookman. He play acts quite a lot. It's mental how the header went in. It's mental. Like, it's just very unpredictable. I don't think people can say that Ivory Coast have been dominating. They weren't creating enough clear-cut chances, but at the end of the day, 2 set pieces. Those were the ones that decided it. Troost-Ekong was a great header. The night Ivory Coast was probably more bad defending, but at the same time, it's a final. Who cares? Just about getting the job done. Could this go to penalties? It's possible. It's very possible. Calvin Bassey with a long ball up, diagonal. Ada just about keeping it in. Nigeria playing on the ball a bit more. It won't be passing through the lines. His Lookman thought his left wing back was behind him. Now Gradle in possession. Sorry, it's Kessie. And good tackle there. And they've gone down to the ground again. Play acting again. Here's Moses Simon. Not sure that substitution Simon for Chukwueze has done much, to be honest with you. Nigeria down the left-hand side now. That's a foul. That's a blatant foul. That's actually bad defending from Aurier. Lookman started off well in the first half. I think we should probably see more from him in the second half because he's a very important player. Been a good player throughout this tournament. So I think we'll be hoping to see more from him. He's a good player. I was talking about this earlier. But Nigeria have got a free kick. Could this be another set-piece goal? And if it is, it'll be partly Aurier's fault. The Ivory Coast goalkeeper's not happy about something. Lookman will take the free kick. Ball is in. Trooster Kong just over the bar. Could have got a brace there. Like these set pieces today. What's going on with set pieces? Aurier doesn't look himself. He'll definitely be taken off at some point, man. The guy's gone down and he went down again. So we've got 11 people in here. What the hell? Hey, thank you guys for watching. Please like the video. Well, it's gone down to 8, but whatever. Still good. Like the video, please. Subscribe, please. Someone's coming off. I think Aurier actually is coming off now for Ivory Coast. Who's coming on? I think they're making a double sub. There's a number 5 coming on. We'll see the subs in a minute. Who else is coming off? Max Gradle is coming off. They're taking off their whole right side. So I'll be interested to see what happens now. Oh, there's a guy called Diakite who will come on. He's come on. He's let the ball roll out. I don't know who the right back is. I don't know who either of these players are, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. Max Gradle and Aurier came off for Umar Diakite and Wilfred Songo. I've seen his name before. Actually, was it Singo or Songo? I'm dyslexic. I'm not actually dyslexic, but I might as well be. It was Singo, not Songo. I think he plays for Torino. Here's Max Gradle, not Max Gradle, Simon Adingra taking on Ada. Ada defends that well. Probably up there with player of the tournament. But Ivory Coast regained possession. This could go either way right now. Ivory Coast looking to break Nigeria down once again. But will it be an open goal? Will it be an open play goal? We will see. I think they have been better than they were in the first half. I will say that. Like, as soon as I saw them in the second half, they stuck 5 players on their 5 defenders and just thought, fuck it, we're going to go 5v5 against Shoes. They're going to need more from their DM that I can't say. Or Kasunu into Haller. Haller out wide. Kessie with a cross. Not the greatest of crosses. Goalkeeper collects it. Onyeka driver with the ball. Oh, they're attacking down this right-hand side now. Here is Onyeka again. Here's Olaina. Oh, it's a misplaced pass there, and Ivory Coast have regained possession. Can they counter now? It's Fofana. Kessie. Here's Adingra. Taking on Olaina once again. That's been a key battle this whole game. Can Haller get in front? Semi Ajayi does well to intercept. And he's done well to defend that as well. And he's cleared it. Ajayi's been good this game as well. Here's Adingra. So free kick for Ivory Coast again. I have said that a lot. This this watch along. Give me a sec. Alright, we're back. Conan, can he deliver a cross in? It's got it over Haller. But Ivory Coast will come again. They're now down the right hand side. Bad cross right across the floor, but they have a throw in. They do have a throw in. I think Nigeria started to feel the pressure a bit. They had a game plan, and it kind of went a bit against them when they had the goal conceded, and then they've kind of run out of a plan B. Kessier, can a Dingle control that? Halle! Oh my god! I thought it went in. The typical Sebastian Haller acrobatic kick. If that went in, that would have been an amazing goal for a final. I would have been so happy for Haller. But no, it wasn't to be. Overhead kick and it went wide. That could have been the moment. That could have been a final moment, like, Ronaldo against Juventus. That kind of moment, overhead kick. Rooney against City. Or Garnacho against Everton. If you really want to include that. Another calling break, of course. It's going to be a very interesting last 15 minutes, I have to say. Shots on target, 33%. Total shots, 3 for Nigeria. Average position, yeah, pretty much how I expected. Ivory Coast, 46% in terms of shots on target. They've had 15 shots. Doesn't surprise me, but a lot of their shots have been they haven't been threatening. Neither has Nigeria in the second half. I thought in the first half Nigeria probably deserved to be up, but they're looking back at the goals. There's not really much either of the keepers. Actually, well, that's a lie. The Ivory Coast keeper couldn't really do anything about the Nigeria goal, but the Nigeria keeper definitely could have done way more with in terms of his positioning for their goal. But it's tough, man. These finals are tough, man. Like, they just get, like, anyone can win it. Once you're in the final, anyone can win it. It's very out of the ordinary to see a team get truly battered in a final. Fans are going crazy from either side, man. Very, very passionate, of course. Free kick to Nigeria. Like, Fofana crushed Osimhen. Now they're both injured. Jesus Christ. Treatment, obviously, for both players. I do wonder whether they'll turn to their benches. Oh, Iwobi's coming off for Yusuf. Kelechi and Acho will also come on for Nigeria. I was literally about to say, will they turn to their benches? Ademola Lookman is off. And Kelechi and Acho is on, so more of a two up front, maybe. Or maybe Iheanacho's just playing, just off him. Nigeria are taking a quick free kick, but I don't think the referee's going to allow that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. Ivory Coast's manager looks like a player. Looks like he can still play. Looks like he's young enough to still play. Iheanacho with the free kick, and it's been straight into the Ivory Coast keeper. Osimhen is limping coming on. Put it this way: whatever happens to Osimhen during this final, he will be out probably for the next couple of games for Napoli. Doesn't look himself. Doesn't look like he can run it off. So I don't know why he's coming back on, but I don't care how important a player is to anyone, even if it's Messi or Ronaldo. You don't force them on because you will never get the best out of them. Long ball over the top. Diakite. Kessie. It's gone over Halle again. All these crosses have gone over Halle. Conan. To Dingra. It's gone past Ola Aina. Oh, it's gone in. It's an own goal. And Ivory Coast are 2-1 up. It's Sebastian Halle goal or Trista Kong own goal, but it is 2-1 to the Ivory Coast. The bench, the fans, they've all gone wild. And Ivory Coast are 2-1 up after being 1-0 down against Nigeria in the first half. What a final this is. This has been amazing. And it's one of the few times that Adingra has gone past Ola Aina, and both of the times that's happened, it's led to something dangerous. I'm going to have a look at a replay. I think Halle scored it. But regardless, he's going to celebrate like he scored it regardless because they scored. They could win the African Cup of Nations. Let's have a look at this again. So Conan with a ball out to Dingra. He goes round the outside of Aina. It's good wing play. And I think Halle, it gets onto his foot. Trista Kong does not expect this. Oh my God. It comes off Halle's foot the way he sticks it out. I thought it was an own goal. How has he managed to finish that? Sebastian Halle, that is actually an exceptional finish. That is an exceptional finish. What a final. Amazing. Nigeria literally could come straight back. It's been cleared away. But wow, Sebastian Halle. Ola Aina has now gone around the outside. Can he put a cross in? Crosses round the back post. It's been headed away by Singo. And he's cleared it out. Bro, I can't believe the goal I've just seen. There's people in the crowd crying. The Nigerians out there are probably fearing the worst right now. They've taken a long throw. It's out by Singo. It's on to Onyeka. Cleared out. Ola Aina. Osimhen. Kelechi Iheanacho. Ola Aina. Can't find a cross. It's blocked by Fofana. Iheanacho. He's crossed it in now. It's been headed away. And Adingra should be able to pass and clear that out. He has. Haller's got some space now. Calvin Bassey getting in front of him, using his strength, using his pace. This final is mental. Here's Olaena. Moses Simon's gone round the outside. Moses Simon's still got the ball. He's gone past Singo. It's blocked and it's out for a corner. Corner taken in and it's gone out straight back for another corner. Headed out another corner. Put it this way, it's going to be the opposite of how the game has gone now. Because it's been Nigeria staying compact, staying defensive. Not defensive, but compact on the counter, boom. Now Ivory Coast are going to be tested. Their defense, Kosunu, Adika, Conan, the Singo guy that's come on, they're going to be tested as well. Yeah, that just corner's gone straight out for a goal kick. That's a terrible corner. Osimhen trying to encourage his troops. This could be a madness if Ivory Coast have come back with this redemption story because they came third in their group facing Nigeria. Nicola Pepe on the bench biting his nails. Jaundice. But they came third in their group. They were terrible. And I was rooting for them. But this is what's happened now. Osimhen, I think, is coming off. Oh, maybe not. Terem Moffi. Frank Cognac has come off. Terem Moffi, a guy at West Ham were linked with like a year ago. And Joe Aribo is coming on. So they're taking off a defender, going straight for the jugular. Joe Aribo, the man who's got nearly bald. Goalkeeper's taking the piss. Okay, no, Fofana's gone down with an injury. I'm saying, come on with a stretcher. The ref went like this. Like, how do I get in camera like this? Like, Fofana needed a stretcher. I don't know about all of that. To be honest with you. Aurier looks fucking nervous. Sangare from Forest is going to come on and Crusoe is going to come on. I think Haller's coming off. Fofana has been yellow carded. I think he might come off as well. The ref told them to bring on a stretcher and he's still walking. I don't know why the ref said get him a stretcher. It's quite clear to see that he was signalling that he had cramp. But Haller's coming off, and if that's his last kick of the game and he gets to win that, gets to be the guy who wins it for Ivory Coast, then what a moment, what a story that is for Sebastian Haller. Because for all the stuff that he's been through the past year and a half, the guy deserves this. He deserves this. Headed away by Joe Aribo. I think Nigeria have gone 4-4-2 now. They've got Iheanacho on the right, Moffi and Osimhen up front now. So, again, going for it. Straight going for it. Fofana's being a cheerleader now. He's getting the crowd up for it. What a tournament this has been. What a tournament. Very enjoyable. Free kick to Nigeria. Crasso passing it away. Probably should get a yellow card for that, for wasting time. If I'm being completely honest. Nigeria probably want to go a bit more direct now. Very powerful kick. Ended away by Kasunu. Out by Conan. Ariba, and it's cleared away. Keeper sending it up. Iheanacho. Kelechi Iheanacho is blocked. Nigeria had a chance to equalise to make it 2-2 there. Here's Calvin Bassey. Here's Moses Simon. Olaina's on the edge of the box. He's got a strike on him. If he can get space, he's lost the ball to Adingra. He's had to take the chance. There's a yellow card for Aina, but he stopped the counter attack. It's crucial in that moment that you stop counter attacks. Aina actually played quite well, but he got done twice by Adingra, and he had Adingra for most of the game, but at one time he didn't. Boom, goal. Ivory Coast on the attack again is Diakite. He's lost the ball to Joe Aribo. Aribo's given it away, but it's gone out for a throw in. And we're coming up to added time now. I don't know what the minutes are right now. It hasn't popped up on the screen. Truce to Kong to Olaina. It's 7 minutes added time. Ivory Coast are 6 minutes away from being African Cup of Nations winners. Nigeria probably don't want that to happen, obviously. Probably want to break their duck. I think for the first time since 2013. All they can hope for right now is an equaliser. Moses Simon taking on Singo, and he's defended well. It's out for a Nigeria throw. Nigeria manager's frustrated. If there's like a last minute twist, I swear. Ola Aina's gone all the way to take a throw in because he can take long throws from what I know. Here's Ola Aina. Long throw into the box. It's not really fallen to anyone. It's just been cleared out back to where Ola Aina was on the left back position for now. And that's a free kick to Nigeria. Not really a place you want to concede a free kick. Jean-Michel has come off. And Lazari Amani has come on. I don't know who he is, but he's probably someone that could see out a game. Eni Aluko is in the crowd. She's not happy. I forgot she was Nigerian because of obviously Sade Aluko, Eni Aluko, whatever. But she was in the crowd. I think a lot of people are happy that Ivory Coast are winning because she's not that liked, let's say. Free kick into the box doesn't make it past the first man. That's a terrible cross for when you need a goal. It's gone back all the way to the goalkeeper for Nigeria. They're going to have to send this long. Everyone's up there. Goalkeeper sends it up. It hasn't been cleared properly. Aribo flicks it, but it goes to nowhere, and Ivory Coast can counter now. They've got bodies forward. This is a great opportunity to kill this off. They've got 4 bodies. That's a terrible pass. That's killed off the whole attack. And it's out for an Ivory Coast throw-in, and they're 4 minutes away from being confirmed as winners of Afcon. In their home nation, they could win it in their own nation. And that's how it should be. You should turn up at your own nation. It's literally in your country where like you gotta play 200%. But they're running it into the corner a bit, but they've lost the ball now. They've got the ball back. There's a strike and it's gone out for a goal kick by Singo. I think that's Solomon Kalou in the crowd. Send it away. Aina trying to lump it up forward. Osimhen trying to go deep. Osimhen. Here's Joe Aribo. Nigeria still got a chance. It's very slim, but they've still got a chance. Goalkeeper to lump it up. Everyone's in the box for Nigeria. It's actually a very good kick as well. It's fallen in the box and it's been a completely flop kick, but Ivory Coast managed to clear it. And we're 2 minutes away from seeing potentially greatness. Potentially a win for Ivory Coast. A great comeback. Trooster Kong headed away. Can Ivory Coast confirm this? Kessie, I don't know what Kessie's done there, but he's completely passed it off the pitch. And that is not the time to be not being able to pass 5 yards. Olaina with the throw. Headed away by Conan. Trooster Kong tried to flick it on. Ivory Coast winning the kick by Sangare, and that is nearly over. It is nearly over. Ivory Coast are so close to confirming their status as champions. Oh, they're taking a piss. They're taking a piss with the wasting time. As soon as Evan and Dicker looked at his goalkeeper, I knew exactly what he was going to do there. Yahya Fofana with the yellow card, he will lump it up. They've headed it out. It's gone up for Nigeria goal kick. Do Nigeria have enough time for one more attack? We've reached 7 minutes of added time, but due to wasted time, we might have a bit more. And it's over! Ivory Coast are African Cup of Nations champions in 2024. Nigeria were 1-0 up, but Ivory Coast equalised, and then Sebastian Haller scored the winner. And look at the scenes that you're seeing right now. Ivory Coast are confirmed champions. Nigeria are devastated. They came so close. But in the end, Ivory Coast got the job done. After sacking their manager, after coming third in their group. They have done it. They have confirmed it. And they have won the African Cup of Nations. Thank you guys for watching this watch along. I've been Mikez. Make sure to like the stream. and subscribe if you're new. Social medias are on all of the videos descriptions. And the Twitter, the Instagram, the TikTok. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.